Hey guys, all right, time for the GSC leg training workout. So first we have, of course, is our tension phase. So I'll put the camera down there. Hopefully you can see me doing things. But the basic premise behind the tension phase exercises now is we use tension control at the top and the bottom positions of the range of motion for our movement chains. So first we have our standing position. So this, I know I'm cutting off my head here, but the bottom line is, it's a very complicated exercise, I know, but all you're gonna do is you're gonna shift all of your weight onto one leg at a time and fill your entire leg with tension, your calves, your feet, your quads, hamstrings, glutes, hips. It's like you've got this stocking of tension throughout your entire leg. So here's how it looks. It's just, you stand, you load, and I'm just flexing my entire leg, paying attention to where my hip shifting is, tension inside, outside, quad. Sometimes tapping the muscle can help turn it on, the glutes, as much as you can, and you shift over to the other side. Tensing up, and you're just basically waking things up. Very handy if you've been sitting a lot, because your legs are, well, they're kind of tired and sleepy. You just kind of shift back and forth. And each time you do this, you should kind of feel like the tension's flowing a little bit better. You just do it for a minute or so. And that's how we use our tension control at the top of the squat chain movement. All right, so now that we've got the tension control at the top of our squat movement, now we have it at the bottom of our movement. And remember, a squat isn't necessarily a squat. It's any type of activity that moves your hips and ankle closer to each other. So we're going to do this in a lunge position. And again, sorry, cutting off my head here. But all we're gonna do is take a hip, the ankle, and we get close. Now, it's perfectly fine for the knee to go forward. That's cool. As long as the weight is driving down into the floor. So this, getting closer to here, and same exact thing. So I'm just tensing my entire leg. Calves, hamstrings, glutes, quads. The back leg's not really there. I'm just leaning my weight onto my front leg, but I'm not using a lot of resistance. Tension control exercises are meant to be done with low to moderate resistance at best. I'm just kind of tensing up, and then of course after a bit, shift, lean, and I'm making believe like I'm trying to drive down into my foot as hard as I can. Boom, I'm not gumming up on the balls of my feet. See how I have like a gap here? Bang, straight down, and again, hips close to the ankle, and just tensing things up, waking them up. All right, so now that we got the tension control driving into the top and bottom of the squat position, now we do the stability exercises, also again, at the top and bottom position. So first we have the top, so basically standing. See if I can get the right angle here. So all you're gonna literally do is just stand on one leg and shift and move around a little bit. So again, I load my left leg up, tense, very good, feeling just like a rock, as if my left leg just suddenly turned to stone. And then picking up. And from here, you just kind of shift around a little bit. You can move and try and create stability with your arms. This isn't supposed to be like, whoa, balance exercise. This is stability training, not so much balance. So it's tense, up, pressing into the arch of my supporting foot, everything's tense, and things like knee circles work really well. Anything that just challenges your stability lightly, but you're not supposed to be feeling like you're barely holding on. You just get some movement. You can circle your ankle, around, make sure you, of course, you get both legs tensing up the inside of the leg, the outside of the hip. Use your whole leg for stability. And once again, we're back down here on the floor, so we're going to go in the same position in the tension control, getting the hip close down. This time I'm going to put my back toe on the floor and lift up my rear knee, because you use more resistance for the stability work than you do in the tension control work. So it's just pick up the back knee, and now I'm gonna shift around. Forward, back, knee in, knee out. Twisting is really good. But once again, we're trying to make this whole leg just rock solid and make it as strong and stable as possible. So you're challenging your stability. This is also really good for mobility work as well. I know a lot of you are saying, well, what about stretching with GSC and stuff? Well, this is your mobility work. This is where you're really kind of testing your range of motion. And my personal opinion, that's a lot more effective than stretching is. Like ankle flexion here. This does more than any sort of ankle stretch I've ever done. Same thing with my hips here. So back and forth, feeling strong and stable. One of the biggest challenges that a lot of people have with single leg work is that they're not bringing their knee in enough and their hip out enough. They usually end up with this sort of position when they're doing things like lunges and stuff, which is where you get a lot of that stress in the knee. Bringing it in and effectively sitting into the side of your hip will take care of that. And I should know, I've had knee issues most of my entire life, and these little tips that I'm giving you are what finally fixed them for me at the tail end of 30 years old. Now I'm in my early 40s, and for the first time in my life, I'm pain-free in my knees because of this. We've got our tension control and our stability control exercises done. Now we're into the grind phase. In this, we're using shrimp squats. Shrimp squats are the leg exercise of choice in Grind-Style Calisthenics. And I'm doing regular shrimp squats, but holding on to something like this wall here offers some really good places where I can grab onto it, or I can have a lighter grip with just my fingertips on top. So the amount of support that I have with my other hand can be used to adjust the resistance and the stability control of the exercise. So we had 3 sets previously of 15, 15, and 13. So you're getting pretty close to using an upgraded technique here, because 15, 15, 15 is where we upgrade the technique. So I'm trying for 15, 15, and what the hell, let's go for 15 on the 3rd set as well. So let's get into it. All right, first set done. Feeling easier than it was last week, and that's really key, because even if like this first set and even the second set are the same numbers, you still want to feel like you're getting stronger with them, that they are improving in the stability, the tension control, or they're just feeling better. They don't have to improve the repetition number to still be progressive, is what I'm trying to say. But without ado, enough chit chat, set number 2 here. So while I'm recovering here, I wanted to share with you an interesting story. So I just recently moved back here to Colorado, and one of the tests of endurance and strength for me has always been to ride up Lookout Mountain. Right before I moved back east for 8 months, I tried my best to get up Lookout Mountain in under 30 minutes, and I barely made it. So a couple weeks ago, I tried riding up the same mountain, but I wasn't expecting much because I have hardly done any cardio for the past 4 months. I haven't ridden my road bike in over 8 months, and I'm still getting used to the altitude adjustment here. That, my workouts have just been really hectic and all over the place, as well as my diet, so really wasn't expecting much. But I did make it up Lookout Mountain in my second ever fastest time, and I almost beat my other time by it was only like 20 seconds slower than it. And the only thing that I changed was this exercise that I do on a regular basis now. The shrimp squat is definitely becoming one of my favorite lower body exercises, even over the pistol squat. So there's a lot to be said for this exercise, but enough chit chat for me. Time to get set number 3, progression set, 15 reps. Let's do it. All right, so 15, 15, 15, all done. So that means time for progression to my next workout, which I'll do through a little bit of an advancement in the range of motion with the jumbo shrimp squat. So I'll put my working foot on a slightly elevated surface so I can get lower and deeper in my range of motion, therefore making my muscles work harder. And I'll reset my numbers, so I'll see what I can do on my first set, second set, and third set, and then restart the whole process of backfilling. And then lastly, the hypertrophy phase, we're gonna go with a set of the sissy squats to help build up the calves a little bit more. We'll use the bench here for a little bit of support. Whew, such a satisfying exercise. So yeah, if you want to learn more about Grind-Style Calisthenics, check out the videos to the left and the right. Subscribe down there if you're new here and you like this sort of thing. And if you're looking for more information, you can just type in Grind-StyleCalisthenics.com and it'll pull you to the newly revamped site on the reddeltaproject.com. Whew, you know you did it right when you're out of breath. Questions down below, folks. Till then, be fit, live free.